Welcome to Best Life 30, your 30-day journey to creating the best life possible for yourself. You can just watch this video, or if you want to sign up for the entire series for free and get the companion bonus worksheets that go with this video, check the link in the description below. All right, so today is day 16, and we're going to learn how to create an amazing morning routine.
Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillow centered just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. So if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed.
There's a reason why the visionary founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, rises before the sun. There's a reason why Michelle Obama rises very early. There's a reason why Tim Cook, who's leading Apple, gets up before the dawn. First of all, the hours between 4 and 6 are the time of least distraction in this age of dramatic interruption. Number 2, the hours before the sun rises is the period where your brain is most available to your primary creativity. So while you're sleeping, your brain actually washes itself, but also it lets go of the residue of the previous day while you are resting and while you are recovering. When you wake up, your thinking is fresh, your creativity is most pristine, you are most available to access your gifts and your talents. So those are some of the reasons why I encourage you to get up early. You might say, Robin, well, I'm not an early riser. I can't put mind over mattress. I can't win the battle of the bed. Grandma never got up early. Dad couldn't get up early. I guess I'm not the kind of person who can rise before the sun. And what I would suggest to you is simply this. What science confirms, and in particular the data of University College London, you do any new habit, practice it for 66 days, and you will arrive at the place of automaticity. In other words, it'll be easier to run the new habit than not to. 66 days of rising at 5 a.m. will get you to a place where it's easier to get up at 5 a.m. than not to get up at 5 a.m. You'll reach a place of automaticity. In my book, The 5 a.m. Club, I say all change is hard at first, and it's messy in the middle, and it's gorgeous at the end. I'll repeat that again because it's so important. All change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and it's gorgeous at the end. In the book, there's a chapter on the habit installation process that actually explains the 3 phases every habit goes through before you wire it into the place where it's automatic. Number 1, destruction. Number 2, integration, and number 3, implementation. Really important to remember them. So you can get up early. You can install habits. As a matter of fact, neuroplasticity, which is the phenomenon that speaks to the fact the brain is like a muscle. The more you flex it and push it, the more it's going to grow. You have that gift. It's not just for Federer and Serena Williams and Oprah Winfrey and Shakespeare and Jean-Michel Basquiat and Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. You have a brain that has the capability to grow and adapt. What is the 20-20-20 formula that lies at the core of the 5 a.m. Club method? Well, the first 20 minutes, move. Sweat. You'll release BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which will increase the neural connections of your brain, as well as repair brain cells damaged by stress, and also promote neurogenesis, which is the formation of new brain cells. I know this is a lot of information, but I want to give you great content in this video. Exercising for 20 minutes first thing in the morning from 5 to 5:20, the first part of the 20-20-20 formula, releases dopamine, which is the inspirational neurotransmitter. How valuable is that for your creativity and productivity for the rest of the day? Cortisol, the fear hormone, is highest first thing in the morning. Exercising will reduce it. Serotonin is released, so you'll feel happier. Now it's 5:20, you're full of energy, you've optimized your cognition, your focus is increasing. It's only 5:20, the rest of the world is asleep. Just imagine that advantage you already have. Second pocket of the 20-20-20 formula is all about reflection. We live in a world where people don't reflect anymore. A lot of people are busy being busy, but what's the point of being busy around the wrong things? So for 20 minutes from 5:20 to 5:40, you reflect, you pray or write in a journal, you meditate, you can visualize, you can script out a blueprint for a great day ahead, which habit researchers call a pre-commitment strategy, which actually increases your willpower and your ability to get your most important priorities done. Okay, now it's 5:40, from 5:40 to 6 o'clock. This is the final 20-minute pocket of the 20-20-20 formula. The first pocket was about move, the second is reflect, and the third is grow. I've coached billionaires and CEOs and NBA superstars and members of royalty for over 20 years. Here's what I've realized when I work with the best of the best. They love to learn. They love to grow. They don't see investing in yourself or investing in your skills or investing in your growth a cost. They think about the value received. I call it the 2x, 3x mindset, to double your income and your impact, triple your investment in two core areas, your personal mastery and your professional capability. So for 20 minutes, what do? You listen to a podcast, you review your journal notes, you read a book, you watch a valuable video, you just do something, you read an autobiography, you do something to grow your capacities and materialize more of the potential you have been born into. And now it's 6 o'clock. You've optimized your mindset, you've purified your heart set, you've calibrated your health set, you've escalated your soul set, you feel fundamentally different. In the 5 a.m. Club, there's another model called the 4 Habits of History Makers, and one of the elements is day stacking. The whole idea is simply this: get your mornings right. Your days are going to be fundamentally more energetic, creative, productive, and high impact. And a great week is nothing more than a series of great days, and a great month is the same thing, and a great quarter is just a series of well-lived weeks. And it just continues, and it creates this upward spiral of success just by getting from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. your victory hour to world class every morning. Consistency really is the mother of mastery, and own your morning. You're really going to elevate your life.
You must come up with a morning routine that you do every single morning, or at least more mornings than not, that puts you in control of yourself and in control of your day. This is what I do, and I cannot explain the power that I get from starting my day off and being bigger than my excuses and being in control. First and foremost, wake up on time. When that alarm goes off, get your butt out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Why is that important for persistence? The reason why is because the first decision that you're making of the day is to actually get up and get moving. That means you are persistently bigger than your excuses. You are persistently bigger than feeling lazy. And you are persistently beating the feelings that typically stop you. The second thing that I want you to do, before you look at your email, before you answer your phone, before you start surfing Vox and Vice and BuzzFeed and, TeamStream and checking out the sales on Zappos and looking at your Facebook newsfeed, before you pick up the damn phone, please, please, please figure out your 2 priorities for the day. These are the things that matter to you, whether it's saving money and making sure you're focused on that, or showing up at work and being a contributor, or whether it's changing how you treat your spouse or your kids or the person that you're with, or heck, getting to the gym because you said you would. Whatever it is that your 2 priorities are, put them in your head before you pick up the phone. Why? The reason why is because of persistence. The reason why is because I want you to have a good day. Do you know what makes for a bad day? What makes for a bad day is snoozing, starting your day off late, starting your day off tired, starting your day off by mainlining everybody else's news feed on social media and looking at everybody else's life and saying to yourself, oh my God, they're on vacation, or gosh, they look so great, or their friends are so fancy, or my gosh, they've got so money. You start off your day looking at that you're never going to have a good day. You got to start off your day by getting up on time, figuring out your priorities, and then getting to work on them. Do not pick up your phone until you have done those 2 things. I think the single biggest reason why people have bad days is because they start them off by looking around at everybody else and seeing what they're doing, instead of having the focus and the discipline to actually start your day off with you in control and with your priorities front and center. So, you want a bonus round? Exercise every day. That's right. Get up on time, figure out your priorities, and exercise. You do those 3 things, you'll be kicking ass every single day.
My very first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I want to get my head right. I do this thing called priming. Now, some people get up in the morning and they meditate, and I think meditation is wonderful, but I haven't met many people that can not think thoughts. This is a different outcome. This is about priming yourself. It's about putting yourself in the state where your mind and body will respond accordingly. We'll do 3 steps. It's really simple, over 10 minutes. So why don't you sit down and I'll guide you through it. So just get really comfortable. You want to be sitting up. Is that back enough for you to be able to relax?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, cool. And then the first thing you're going to do is your hands are going to come up as you take the breath in, and then you're going to explode out the nose, down. Explosive. That's it. Good. That's it. Keep going. 2 more. Good. Now relax. Keep your eyes closed. Have your hands open, if you would, on your lap, face up like that. Just feel whatever you feel. Just take it in. And you don't even have to respond to me anymore. You just enjoy it and take it in. And now just let your body relax deeply. And I'd like you to begin to think of a moment in your life you could feel really grateful for if you wanted to. It could be something little, Rich, or it could be something big. It doesn't matter. It could be from your childhood or this week. It doesn't matter. Do your best to remember it and then step into it as if you were there, kind of like stepping in your body and seeing what you saw then through your own eyes, hearing what you heard then, feeling what you felt then. Just savor it. Maximize that sense of appreciation or enjoyment or gratitude. Enjoy it, feel it, fill up with it. And now we're going to shift to the last piece. Really simple. All you're going to do is focus on 3 things, one at a time, that you want to accomplish. 3 things you want to achieve. Live it and feel it and experience it. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah, what'd you feel?
It feels calming. Refreshing.
Yeah.
It's good to escape inside myself.
Yeah.
Basically.
There's 2 worlds to master, the external world and the internal world. They both have to be mastered, but if you master the external world, a la, Robin Williams, but you don't master the internal world, there's a big price. This is the one to master first, and so I start my day by making that, so I have this base to do it. I'm gonna live from gratitude today. I'm gonna live from blessing, I wanna be a blessing in people's life today. I'm gonna get stronger today, and I'm gonna achieve what I'm here committed to do. And the whole thing, we did that one in a little less than 10 minutes, to give you an idea.
No one can live without a routine. You just forget that. If you guys don't have a routine, I would recommend, you get one going, because you cannot be mentally healthy without a routine. You need to pick a time to get up. Whatever time you want, but pick one and stick to it, because otherwise you dysregulate your circadian rhythms and they regulate your mood. and eat something in the morning. I've had lots of clients who've had anxiety disorders. I had one client who was literally starving. A very smart girl. There was very little that she liked. She kind of tried to subsist on like half a cup of rice a day. She came to me and said, I have no energy. I come home, all I want to do is watch the same movie over and over. What, like, is that weird? And I thought, well, it depends on how hard you work. You know, it's a little weird, but whatever. It's familiar. You're looking for comfort. So I did an analysis of her diet. It's like 3/4 of a cup of rice. It's like, you're starving. Eat something. You know, you'll feel better. So she modified her diet and all her anxiety went away and she had some energy. It's like, yeah, you gotta eat. So a schedule, that's a good thing, man. Your brain will thank you for it. It will stabilize your nervous system. With a bit of a plan, that's a good thing.
The first 60 minutes or so are very clearly defined. And that's the recipe I use to set up the rest of the day. Step number 1, I wake up and I meditate for 20 minutes, typically 22 minutes. It's 20 minutes of seated transcendental meditation. It could be Vipassana, it could be Headspace, and then 2-minute decompression period where I sit there and let my mind do whatever it wants to do. I get up, brew tea, very frequently oolong tea or some combination of, say, turmeric, ginger, and pu'er. That's another favorite. And then I sit down to journal, and there are 2 different types of journaling that I do depending on the day, for different purposes. One would be morning pages, where I'm effectively vomiting my brain onto the page to trap my monkey mind in print so that it doesn't bother me for the rest of the day. The other type of journaling I do is best encapsulated in a journal called the 5-Minute Journal. There are different ways to do this, but I'm writing down 3 or 4 bullets of items, or people, relationships, anything that I'm grateful for, which is a very, very, very nice way to set the rest of the day so that you're viewing life through a lens of positivity. Then there are a few questions related, or prompts I should say, related to focal points for the day. Ideally, immediately after that, I'm having a small amount to eat, and then I would go into exercise of some type. That exercise could be riding on a Peloton bike and doing a 20-minute HIIT workout, high intensity interval training, or it could be acro yoga, or it could be weight training, or working on a Concept 2 rower. And that would be generally no more than 60 to 90 minutes in length, sometimes as short as 20 minutes. And then shower, off to the day.
Grant rant of the day, the one you need to live with, wake up to every day, is that right there. Okay? Beat the sun up, folks. You got to beat the sun up. If you can't beat up the roll up of the sun up, you're going to get beat up in life. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time now. I'd say beat that thing up, that monster out there that warms this planet, that nourishes and gives us light. But you can't live a 10x life if you're not beating the sun up. So many of you complain about how much time you have. You don't have time, man, because you don't beat the sun up. Get started early. And when you get started early, that means you need to shut it down early. Okay, shut it down early so you get sleep. I was asleep last night at 9 o'clock, so I could beat the sun up this morning and see the world wake up with me.
I prioritize trying to win the battle in the morning. So I always win the battle in the morning. So I get up in the morning time, every morning I go for a run. That's the first thing I do every morning. Haven't taken a day off of running since December 2016. Every day up in the morning. So I also stretch out every day for about 2 to 3 hours. Every day. I've missed 2 days in about 5.5, 6 years. So that's just my routine. And about 4 days a week, I'm in the gym hitting the weights. Because, you know, you can't just be a runner. So this is every single day, the monotony of my life. But this is what builds discipline. You know, and not everybody, I'm not telling everybody to do this. But this is my lifestyle. This is how I build self-discipline.
Walk me through a day in the life. What's it look like right now?
Well,
I mean, it's got to be crazy.
Right now, I leave here and I fly out to Oregon. And I'll be in Oregon with Cameron Haynes. We'll be getting after it for a few days. A lot more podcasts, a lot more interviews. But every day, every morning I get up, I still get my run in every morning.
How do you structure the training?
The training is basically structured off of my schedule. So look at my schedule. And I say, okay, Jennifer, what do we have today? We have this at 7 o'clock in the morning. Roger that. that means I got to be up by 4 o'clock in the morning to run. That's how it works. That's how all my shit works. So she lays out the schedule of events.
2 hours. You just said it 2 hours earlier or whatever.
She says it could take an hour to get to Rich Rolls. Let's say we were at 7 o'clock today in the morning. It takes an hour to get to Rich Rolls with no traffic. Okay, let's block in an hour 15 for Rich Roll. Okay, we got that. The morning time, I'm gonna run 7 miles this morning. I need 52:30 for that. Roger that. Put in shower, shave. Add that in. So the schedule dictates, but I have all that
always
time.
Just push it back, right? So if that means getting up at 1:30.
Trust me.
Roger that.
I've done that several times.
Yeah.
Several.
How much sleep
times.
do you usually get?
I like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Nowadays I can do that. But there's times where the schedule says, hey man, you're getting 3 hours. And if that's the case,
right.
Merry Christmas.
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I do a gratitude exercise where I ask myself, usually in bed, what am I most grateful for today? And usually, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful, for my family. I'm grateful to have experiences. And
do you do that eyes closed?
Yeah, I do that eyes closed. And while I think about that, I feel it. And so the feeling starts every day with a great feeling. So I start every day with a great feeling.
Do you visualize some things like your children, or do you talk to yourself? How do you do that?
Yeah, I have an internal dialogue. I see images of the things that I'm thinking about, and that just takes me 2 minutes, just 2 minutes when I wake up. And then I go to exercise to take care of my body.
How long?
Usually 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes every day. And so I do variety of different things. I hike, I bike, I work on aerobics, I work on strength, I work with weights. I do whatever it is, I just do it to give my body the physical exercise. Then as soon as I finish my exercise in my gym.
1 hour and half.
An hour and 15 minutes at the most. Okay. So then in my gym, I have 2 things. I have a vision board, which is my dream board for my
You are known for that.
Yes. So I have my vision board for my physique and my body and my health. But then I also have in my gym something called an achieved board.
Okay,
so
what
after
you achieved?
I achieved some of the things that I achieved.
Past and the future.
No, achieved in the past.
Yes, so past, you have the past and the future. Vision board and achieved board.
So I have in my gym, in my home gym, I have like a place where I sit, and before I start my meditation, I look at my vision board from the past.
Okay.
So I get connected to the different things that I've been able to achieve, and I remember every day when I set my mind and my focus to achieving goals, I can achieve all of my goals. What I also do is I reinforce. Most people focus on what's not working. This isn't going well. This didn't work. I want to remind myself every day of look how many things I was able to accomplish by being clear, by being passionate, by using these rituals. So before I go into my meditation, which is with my eyes closed, I look at my achieved board. I get emotionally associated with it to remind myself that when I set my mind to achieve something, I can do it. And then I look across, because I have a mirror in the gym, and I look across and I say, I love you just the way you are. And I said, I accept you just the way you are, with all of your skills and passion and faults and insecurities and doubts and fears. I accept you just the way you are.
Wow,
and I smile, and then I close my eyes, and I do about a 15-minute meditation.
Wow.
And in my meditation, sometimes I have no thoughts, where I'm just one with the universe and everything.
Centered.
Other times, I'll just follow my thoughts, and I'll just pay attention, be mindful of where are they going this morning? Where are they going today? So I'll follow my thoughts, and I'll just follow them. Other times, I'll follow a thought and say, release that one. And follow another thought and say, release that one. So I'm teaching my brain that I'm in control of my brain.
First of all, your morning routine starts the night before, so go to bed early. But I try to go to bed as close to 9 as humanly possible every night, save for the weekends. And in that, I sleep without an alarm, so I wake up when I wake up. The reason that I do that is because I want to get as much sleep as I need. So I'm all about cognitive optimization. So I'm not somebody who sets the alarm to make sure that I'm up at 4 in the morning, but when I wake up at 4 in the morning, I'm a very happy camper. I usually get, it used to be between 5 and 6. I'm now getting between 7 and 8. I have no idea why. It changed completely randomly and as far as I can tell without reason. But I wake up when I wake up. I give myself 10 minutes to get out of bed. And I do that because I'm lazy and my inclination is to lay in bed. So I need a bright line that says I get out of bed immediately without wasting time. So I'm out of bed in 10 minutes or less. I put my gym clothes next to my bed so that the easiest answer is to put my gym clothes on. In fact, I'd have to make a conscious choice not to, which thusly would trigger in me a lot of conflict emotionally, because it is my identity to immediately go to the gym to work out again, partly for cognitive optimization and then also for longevity, for health and for aesthetics. But working out, I think, is incredibly important. And I actually think that for anybody that wants to achieve something extraordinary in their life, that the third thing that you need to focus on is mindset. The first two are diet and exercise, followed by mindset. So I hit the gym first and foremost. Immediately after the gym, I meditate. And the reason that I do that is because I want to practice going from the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, which you're triggering in the gym through the heavy exertion. Your heart rate is up, your breathing is shallow and rapid. And the idea is to very quickly switch over into the parasympathetic nervous system, where you're getting into rest and digest, where you're calming all of that down. You're slowing your breath, your diaphragm breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really calming everything down. And I think practicing that transition is very important. And so that's why I do them back to back. But then on top of that, just meditating for any reason I think is really important.
Don't press snooze.